43% of U.S. adults say they've experienced a personal data breach in the past 3 years. It's according to a National University of Phoenix survey. Despite the increasing amount of cybercrime, the survey also found that many adults admitted having a few bad online habits, including using the same passwords across multiple accounts and allowing social media sites and apps to access personal information. Joining me now, Dennis Bonilla, the Executive Dean of the College of Information Systems and Tech and School of Business at the University of Phoenix. So the bottom line here is we're making things easier for ourselves, but that puts us more at risk.
Yes, it does. There's so many activities going on cyber technology, and we have so many people online. Half the world's population have so many people have smartphones and other devices connected from their home, and we're just populating so much of our personal information on these online sites that it's just a lot of attractiveness for these cyber criminals to go in and mine that data.
Yeah, I think we touched on some of them, but what are the most risky behaviors?
Well, there's a couple of things. One is, people are allowing their social media apps to access some of their other personal accounts because of convenience. So these, lazy habits of not updating your passwords frequently or utilizing the same password on both your personal and business accounts and utilizing that same password for your banking accounts and the same emails is just making it easier for these cyber criminals because they have very sophisticated technology that's able to attack all these sites that you have put all this information on, and it's just very vulnerable for you.
The reality is that people just sit back at us and they say, look, I can't keep track of all these different emails. So how do you reconcile that? How do you make it, so that your information is safe, but you don't forget, who has what password and what different characters you can use and things like that?
Well, there are a couple of different password managers that you can utilize that keeps track of your passwords for the various accounts. But, a lot of it is just changing those passwords frequently because, a lot of people just say, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll, change it next month, but they don't actually do that. And they just, leave the information vulnerable, or they're utilizing the same information and passwords that utilize on their personal accounts with their work accounts. And now they have multiple locations that they have vulnerability.
Short of, watching the news and finding out there's been a data breach or a hack, are there some things that you'll see in your day-to-day routine that'll clue you into the fact that something's gone awry?
Well, probably the most frequent thing you'll see is, your bank account. If you've identified that you want to be alerted to fraud protection, your bank provider will provide you an alert that says, hey, we've noticed some unusual activity in your account. Or you may notice that, some of your e-commerce sites where you do a lot of your shopping, they'll send you a note and say, hey, we've noticed you've been shopping and we know that you're not from this particular location. Are you really there and are you doing that shopping? There's, ways that your computer starts slowing down. You start noticing that you're getting more pop-ups or more, slowing internet connection. So there are a variety of ways that you'll notice that things have changed on your computer technology or on your smartphone that alert you to that. But most frequently, it's something associated with a fraud alert from your bank or some other e-commerce provider.
So here's the bottom line. It may be convenient to use the same password, not convenient for somebody to get hold of your hard-earned cash or your identification. Dennis, thanks for some good advice.